Once we arrived at Camp Ramadi in June, everyone could tell we were not in the north anymore. Mortar attacks occurred daily, and we were located right against the enemy-held parts of the city. I said that correctly. The enemy controlled over 75% of the city, from government buildings to hospitals and neighborhoods. However, we held the edge of the east and the west sides of the town. We had a transition of authority scheduled around June 2006 from their brigade to ours. We would officially assume control of the operation and they would go home. About 2 weeks before the turnover, Captain Bama was reassigned to a tank company. This is a backward move for an officer. They do their initial command in the tank unit, and if they are the best of the best, they are selected to command the likes of us. However, for our brigade and the mission in Ramadi, this was one of the best decisions that Colonel Sean McFarland, the brigade commander, ever made. Captain Mike Main Gun Baima had the perfect amount of arrogance, competence, courage, and audacity to do what needed to be done as a tank company commander. The plan was set. The night of turnover, our brigade would attack the city. We would simply push from west and east and meet in the middle, no matter how long that took. Our unit was again attached to another battalion, and we were still serving conventional roles. But as a bonus, we'd be in a close relationship with SEAL Team 3 Task Unit Bruiser and begin planning for our small kill team operations. And that right there is a little excerpt from a book, an outstanding book, which is called Chop That Shit Up. And we will get to the meaning behind that title. It's written by a guy named Daniel Pinion, who is a retired Army Command Sergeant Major. He served for 28 years in the Army, and he led infantry, he led armor, he led cavalry soldiers at every level of leadership. He's been awarded the Legion of Merit, 2 Bronze Stars, Purple Heart, 5 Meritorious Service Medals, 9 Army Achievement Medals, and a slew of other personal and unit awards. His brigade recon troop in the Battle of Ramadi was deployed constantly into points of friction, and his troop suffered the highest casualty rate of any company-sized unit in the entire brigade. And yet, under Dan Pinion's leadership, they never wavered. Not one time. And it's an honor to have him with us here tonight to share some of his experiences and lessons learned. Dan, it's great to see you, man. And thanks for joining us.
Yeah, and Jocko, this is amazing. Thank you so much, Echo. Awesome to see you, brother. I look forward to telling some of these stories. Thank you.
9 Army Achievement Medals. So I thought I was pretty good because I have 5 Navy Achievement Medals. You know, Echo Charles, you can get an Army Achievement Medal or Navy Achievement Medal for like some very interesting things. And I think I got 4 of them as an enlisted guy. And it would be like, this is during the 90s, and I get a Navy Achievement Medal, you know, because I ran a course of instruction that included 13 hours of training or something like that. You get a Navy Achievement Medal. Yeah. So, but 9 of them.
Yeah, I might have got one for showing up to formation on time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right on. That's awesome, man. Yeah, thanks for joining us. This book is amazing. It's just an outstanding book, and we'll talk about how you wrote the book and everything, but let's get into the book a little bit and go through what your life was like before you started your Army career. I'm going to go to the book here. It says, I grew up average in almost every possible way. Although my mom divorced my biological father when I was little, I grew up in a two-parent household from the age of 5 and count my stepfather as my dad. I have a twin sister, 2 younger brothers, and cousins who lived only 30 minutes away from us growing up. It takes a village to raise a child, and we had that with our family and community. And this was where, in New Jersey?
Yeah, New Jersey.
Whereabouts in New Jersey was it?
Andover, New Jersey, Newton, New Jersey, so way up north,
okay.
Right against Pennsylvania, Delwater Gap. So if you ever eat M&Ms, I'm looking at you two. You guys obviously don't eat M&Ms, but
let's not jump to conclusions here. I could get busy on some M&Ms from time to time.
If you ever eat some M&Ms, they're made right in town next to us in Hackettstown. But
there you go.
Right up by the Delwater Gap. Country. In fact, we're so country. They used to come sing Old MacDonald Had a Farm when they come play us in sports. So cornfields and dairy cows.
Yeah, that's awesome. You say I considered us middle class. Big house with a yard, woods for days behind us, a friendly and safe neighborhood, and hardworking parents who seem to make everything possible for their kids. My mom couponed during the week with my Aunt Barbie, and then woke me up every Sunday to help deliver the Sunday paper while listening to Elvis on the radio. My dad, who to this day never sits still, worked in the garage or at work from 6 a.m. until 11 p.m. almost daily to help us make ends meet. I also think he simply liked tinkering with cars and listening to the 8-track player. What did he do for a living? Was he a mechanic?
Yeah, mechanic. Okay. Basically, diesel mechanic. Self-taught, never school trained, and probably, people call him to this day about mechanics. This guy, Dad, I love it. This guy, I'm amazed at how smart he is. He's amazing.
And then, so he worked at a shop, and then you guys had a garage at home. He was constantly working on stuff.
Correct. He just got himself another car that he's fixing up.
What did he get? Do you know?
No, it's old, though. It's like 1920s, 1930s. He's going to fix it up, and he sells it.
That's awesome, man. Going back here, I was taught to hunt, fish, explore, dig fence posts, garden, build retaining walls, etc. The end of school year meant going to the local flea market and picking out new work boots and a maul to split firewood. My dad would cut down trees. My sister Debbie and I would load the wood and bring it back. And in the summer, I would split the firewood with my sister while my sister stacked it. On one side was last year's wood, dried out for the winter coming, and we would split and stack next year's wood on the other side. This is just a Northeast thing. That's what we're doing.
Got to get ready.
So you're playing sports. You play baseball.
Correct.
And you're left-handed.
Yeah, I realized I was left-handed when I was 13, and my uncle saw me tossing pebbles at my grandparents' house, and I couldn't throw pebbles right-handed, even though I played sports right-handed. And he looked at me and said, "Why?" I said, "I can't. It's too small. It didn't feel right." Saw me throwing left-handed, said, "Get in a truck." Took me down, bought me. He's like, "You're left-handed." And I started playing baseball left-handed from that age.
What other sports do you play?
You grow up playing basketball. You try it all. But I dropped basketball after I think my freshman year in high school, and then we always loved baseball. My entire cousins and we always played baseball.
Yeah, you played a lot, and you say that you were mentally tough and physically athletic, but you lacked the discipline to make your dreams come true. Because the dreams, of course, being Yankee.
Yeah, absolutely. New York Yankees. Go Yanks.
And it sounds like you say my relationship with academics was the same.
Yeah. So I was lazy. It was just call it what it is. Naturally smart, naturally athletic, lazy.
I was the opposite. Naturally unathletic, naturally dumb, and just hardworking and stubborn. So then you end up talking about the Army. I guess your grandfather, Frank Richards, was in World War II. Uncle George was also in the Army. He was in Hawaii during the Vietnam War. But did you, as you started thinking about it, was it like when did the Army start to enter your mind as a possible plan?
Wasn't even an idea until, like I said, we were cutting firewood, and my father brought it up, and he was like, "Hey, I don't think you're gonna make it basically in baseball. You just don't have the drive that you need." And we were cutting firewood, and he's like, "Hey, I need you to talk to my buddy Ollie, the state trooper, who's also in the National Guard." And Ollie's like, "Yeah, talk to this guy. He's a recruiter of mine in the same National Guard unit." And really, like 48 hours later, I was in the National Guard.
Dang.
I put no thought into this thing. And it took a test, and they're like, "Hey, man, you scored off the charts."
Oh, nice.
ASVAB way up at the top, GT score near the top. I think it was like a 122 or something like that. And they're like, "Hey, you can have any job you want." But National Guard's like, "Hey, here's what you want." I saw a video of scouts doing reconnaissance, making grenades in the, tripwires. And I was like, yep, that's me, buddy. Let's do it. I hated getting my hands dirty at the time. I was like, nope, that's what I want. And 48 hours later, I was in the National Guard.
That's wild. You could go at 48 hours.
Yeah,
man.
no thought whatsoever.